Alright, so I had this idea the other day. I was sitting in the shitter, because that's where men get all of their good thinking done. Well, three places actually, I wouldn't just say the shitter. Either in your garage, on the shitter, or in the shower. Those are pretty much the best places that we come up with the awesome ideas that we do. Anyway, I was seeing a lot of chatter online now, because at least in my county, they've initiated the smoking ban. So now you can't smoke inside a bar, you can't be within 20 feet of the doorway, and that includes electronic smoking devices. Which got me thinking, okay, that's going to include electronic smoking devices. I wonder, besides what you read on the internet, how bad for you is one versus the other in real life? Which is where my idea came in. Alright. What I have here, I have a couple things that I want to show you first, and I'm going to kind of tilt the camera down so you can see everything here. If you can kind of see that, I'm going to get you a better look on it later. But the first thing I want to show you, this is a Gas Alert Micro Clip XL. These are commonly used in the gas industry for testing on gas well sites for various gases. This one here, I'm going to go and show you. We'll go and turn this one on just so you can get a good look at it here. Now, I had this idea thinking, okay, cigarettes have a whole bunch of bad shit in them, or like really bad shit, supposedly. Of course, you know, tobacco companies say their thing, and everybody else says their own. But just show you the face of this thing as it's starting up here. It's just doing random tests and checks and stuff right now. But this is what I'm going to use to do our test. I think this is probably the best possible way that we can get an interesting result out of it. Alright. So here we have the open face of the Gas Alert. Now, what you'll notice on here is there are 4 sets of numbers. This is a 4-gas monitor. Top left is H2S, the top right is the CO level, the bottom right is the LEL, and the bottom left is your O2. Now, to break each one of those down for you, the H2S is what is referred to as hydrogen sulfide, or sour gas. And sour gas is really bad shit. Kind of smells like rotten eggs. It can come from natural gas, it can come from petroleum, sewage treatment plants, landfills, stuff like that. But that tells you how much hydrogen sulfide there is in the air. Below that is your O2, which is just oxygen. It tells you if you're in an oxygen-deprived environment, like if you're working in confined space and doing welding and stuff in there, you're going to suck up a lot of oxygen if it's a confined space. That tells you how low your oxygen level is going, or how high if you're in a very oxygen-rich environment. Bottom right down there is the LEL. Alright, that is the low explosive level gases. That number tells you that if there are any gases in the area that accrue, and basically, if there's any gas around you that can cause something to explode, which could be natural gas, it could be methane, it could be propane, it'll tell you how many are in there. Now, let's take methane for an example. Oh, excuse me. Methane, this gas detector is required to tell you when the lower level explosive of a gas reaches 20% of its lower explodable level. 20% of it. Now, methane has a 5% LEL, which means it takes 5% methane per air volume to cause a flash or a fire or an explosion. This thing is required to tell me when it reaches 20% of that 5%. So around 0.5%, this thing will start going off. But what's really important about this thing is the top right number, and that is our CO. Alright, carbon monoxide. This is where it gets interesting. I've already done this test, so I know that it works, and the results are worth watching. Carbon monoxide is what comes out of your exhaust in your car. It's poisonous, it's odorless, it is fucking deadly. It's awful shit. And it doesn't take very much of it to incapacitate you. It's heavier than air, so it always lies low. But what I'm going to do here, now since I have the gas detector, we're just going to clip that back up here. Now what else I have are the, sorry, my neighbors, love my neighbors. what I have here is this is a Marlboro Red 72. When I do smoke, this is my cigarette of choice. Really like that cigarette. What I have here is this is my Kangertech K-Box Mini. It is a vaporizer, and right now I'm running with a 0.5 ohm, 27 watt, and it is vaping at 3.6 volts. The fluid that I have inside of this thing is made by a company called Koval, C-O-V-A-L, and it is called the Azeroth. It's like a tobacco, hazelnut, vanilla flavoring to it. Really good. But what we're going to do here is I am going to, first I'm going to light a cigarette. And the gas monitor already right now is on. You can see it there. I'm going to light a cigarette, and I'm going to point the camera towards that gas monitor, and I want you all to see what shows up on that monitor. Then I'm going to get the e-cig, the vaporizer, and I'm going to blow it towards that monitor, and we're going to see what comes up. This isn't necessarily going to solve the battle of which is better or which is worse, but as far as chemical content, but I think you'll be able to see some pretty interesting results. Let's just say that. So, let's take the Marlboro. Okay. Now, I'm kind of going to bend down here and clip this thing on the side of my forge so you can see it. And we're going to leave the camera right about there. I'm trying to do both at the same time. All right. Well, let's see what happens when we blow cigarette smoke. Now, this is the Marlboro Red. See that CO? 117, then 69, 34, 23, 12, 7, then back down to 0 again. Let's do it one more time. You see that? CO spiked again. So, there is a significantly high amount of carbon monoxide in a cigarette. A dangerous level of it, actually. Here's where it gets interesting, though. Let's get rid of the cigarette. We'll just set that down here. Let's try the vape. Now, this produces significantly more smoke. Well, it's not even smoke, it's steam. Because you're not burning the fluid, you're superheating it. That's the first common misconception is vaporizers and e-cigs, it's not smoke, people, it's steam. It's not the same thing. It's completely different. Anyway, let's see what happens. Nothing. No CO, no carbon monoxide, 0. I mean, didn't even flutter. No lower explosive level gases, which I didn't expect to see anyway. No H2S. I would sure as shit hope that there wasn't any kind of hydrogen sulfide inside this thing. But the O2 level didn't even move. Now I'm going to try to get a little more of a concentrated on it. The O2 level may drop down because you're depleting the oxygen that's around it and replacing it with steam. But let's do it again. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, at the bare minimum, if somebody wants to argue, oh, cigarettes are just as bad as those e-cig things, and e-cigs are just as bad as cigarettes, well, you can show them this video, because obviously, even if they have the exact same chemicals in them, to a T, there's what, 7,000, 4,000 chemicals in cigarettes. Even if they have the exact same amount of chemicals, there is no carbon monoxide in e-cigs. So, when you compare the two, e-cigs are better for you.